address the elephant in the room right off the start. Uh, Nate's
While
on
we're
the
recording.
Nate's on the 15-day IL. Yep, this is how we're starting this.
Yeah, fuck you.
Hey,
Uh,
what'd you do?
we had a ball game yesterday,
Oh God.
and Nate hit a rope to left center. Um, and if you know Nate, Nate's not the fleetest of foot, so he tried to stretch into a double and got the throw beat him, but he had a interesting looking swim move that
I
when
didn't even
he hit.
swim move this time.
I don't know what we want to call it. It looked like a swim. It was more of like a drown
I
move
just dove head first and was trying to catch the bag.
and just kind of rolled over on the shoulder. The shoulders popped out.
No, it popped when I hit the ground, I
Oh,
think.
jeez, that's even more athletic. So yeah, so his shoulders out. I don't think it's gonna affect podcast performance, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm not sure if they got him hopped up on anything, but just thought we'd let the listeners know that Nate is an arm down. It's funny because I did the same thing and two innings later, but I didn't slide. I'm like, I'm not doing what Nate just did. I'm like, just tag me out. It's
Yeah,
fine.
if you don't have heart.
No. Yeah. No heart. We were down fucking way too much at that point. It was over. Yeah, welcome back to the flight deck. We're on another week here where there's really not much to say. I
They
don't
suck.
know. Yeah. They suck in spurts. Like there's been some games this week that are like, fuck yeah, great game. And then there's others where it's like, yeah, this is still the same fucking team.
I think this is the most frustrating team I've ever watched because you can see it's in there, but it's so inconsistent. And at least they've been putting up some runs recently, but they're either putting up runs and like putting up a ton, and the pitching rotation's good,
Mm-hmm.
or they put up runs and the pitching rotation's like, nah, you guys can have 16 today.
Yeah.
Or we just don't score.
Yeah, it's like I honestly don't really have a ton of issues with the offense lately. Like I know there was back-to-back games. I think they had one run. It was the first game of the Astro series and the last game of the Yankees series, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But outside of those, like they've been really good. They're hitting more. Even today, like they put up what was it, 3 runs, but
They put a three and they were all in the first inning.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, they out hit the Astros.
Yeah, because they
They
hit
just
it
grounded into double plays every time they got
4 double plays.
four ground ball double plays in one line.
Was it 4? I thought okay, there was a 5th one then.
Yeah, the 5th one was the Spenny was on third, I think.
That's
Line drive to Bregman and Bregman tagged him. So, yeah, I mean that's not ideal, but like they're getting their hits, and like the one thing I have it later, but I'll bring it up now. The one thing with all this too is that the offense is kind of moving a little bit, and it's entirely without Davis Schneider right now. Like Davis Schneider is irrelevant. I looked it up earlier. Since June 1st, Davis Schneider's hitting 151 with a 221 on base, a 279 slug, and a 43 WRC plus. He has 3 homers, 2 doubles, 15 or 13 hits. Which when he's hitting extra base hits, but like he's been irrelevant since June, and the offense is still going, which is wild to me.
Hasn't Varsho been irrelevant for about 2 months now?
Varsho's
Too?
been
He was
irrelevant.
hitting like 270 at one point. He's now under 200 on the season. So
Giano, for the most part, has been irrelevant the last bit.
Most of the team has, and the offense is still clicking, which is crazy. Like
it's been 3 people really recently. Like
I mean,
well, 4,
IKF,
and now they're
but
fucking injured. One's injured.
Yeah, I mean, they've been running on the power of friendship and IKF, Spencer Horowitz, Vladdy, and shockingly George Springer, who has just found another level somehow.
Fucking turn back the clock.
Which I'll give him credit because we've been ripping on him for what 3-4 months now, and he's been phenomenal lately. Like he looks like George Springer again, which is great. But you need to get the rest of the lineup going so that when these guys inevitably cool off a little bit, we're not going to go back to hitting no runs. However, regardless of whether or not the offense goes, this bullpen fucking sucks.
can we go back to Springer for 1 second?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you guys think? If he puts up another banger of a month and we eat, I don't know, half, a third of that money, there are 2 teams both in playoff contention looking for an outfielder. and there's only one impact outfielder out there right now that I think we know of that's on the block. Philly needs a center fielder, and Atlanta needs an Acuna replacement.
Yeah. Well, fuck, the Dodgers could
if
probably
George
use him too, if
hits,
we're being honest.
yeah, if George hits, those three teams aren't shy to spend money.
No.
I think you eat some of that, and
I'll
it's
listen to you
looking
on it.
somewhat possible.
Yeah. I don't think it's as impossible it was 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
but he is a big voice in that clubhouse, and they really like him. And like, he's the only contract you gave, and it's kind of like you kind of want to respect that a little bit. If he wants to go, then you let him go. But I don't know. It's an awkward spot to be in with George, I think.
I'm a lot less caring about the voice and the fact that we gave him the contract. We have given out contracts since, like Bassett, Cooch, Gossman,
Barrios.
all got good money. Barrios. I think there's going to be money for one of these two big guys, and it's looking a hell of a lot more like Vladdy, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Did we talk? Sorry, Nate, but Brant, did we talk about that last week?
What's that?
My least favorite Blue Jay now, and the guy that I don't care if he gets moved, Bo Bichette.
Yeah, I don't know if we did. I don't know if we brought it up, but
He's,
I'm with you almost.
He's soured on me so goddamn fast with this team.
It's crazy how much how little it took for me to get back to this level of like, I could not care less about where Bo Bichette plays baseball in August, let alone next year.
You guys realize this was your exact 100% flip last year?
I don't think I was this against Vlad last year.
Yep.
Vlad never pissed me off to this level. I'm like, I always just knew Vlad had more, and it was pissing me off that he didn't get there. But him, the person, was always fun to see.
Yeah,
Vlad Bo sucks at baseball right now, and he just sucks.
Vlad last year was disappointing. Bo just sucks right now.
Yeah.
Vlad's bad, but still an average MLB player.
Yeah. It's the fact that he's not hitting. He wasn't the best defensively to begin with. And now he's just a whiny prick about everything. Just like, he just seems miserable all the time.
I wouldn't be surprised if I got traded. Like, shut up.
Exactly. Like, I'm so out on it. And I'm like, if that's how it's going to be, it's like, there's the door, dude. We'll get value for you when there's a year and a half.
For reference, when asked basically the same question, Vlad says, man, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here all my life, but this is a business. That was say that, Bo.
I don't even care if you believe it.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but like, say something along those lines so you don't seem like a baby.
This man accepted defeat.
I'd be happy to see him go. But I think, kind of tying that back in with George, I think if you do move on from the two of them, I think you could still have a good team going forward with what you have left. Like, Spencer Horwitz looks like the real deal right now. He's arguably our second best hitter, maybe our best hitter over the last month.
He's our best. I think he's got a 1 dot since he came up, unless it's gone down a little bit.
I know he's got a 305 average, but that's
just a little bit under. And the whole thing was like, what does he do against lefties? Well, today, first game he ever played against a lefty. And it was Framber.
Not a bad lefty. He's been legit. I
think it's a little different than Davis too, because Davis kind of came up, he caught what's saying
lightning
fire in the pan or whatever. I don't know.
Lightning in a bottle.
Lightning in a bottle. That's what I was thinking of. A little out of it right now, boys.
I say fire in the pan is like he was
great. Fire in a pan. That's pretty impressive.
Fire in a pan is some Jeremy shit.
No, but yeah, kind of lightning in a bottle through all of last year in AAA, and then came up, and I think it was flash in the pan that I was thinking of. He kind of had like flash in the pan when he first came up, and then he tapered off pretty good, like cooled off. He had some big moments at the start of this year, and as you said, Brant, he's cooled off big time.
Yeah,
Spencer Horwitz seems like a much more pure hitter to me, and the fact that he's shown an ability to play second base
pretty well.
I don't think it's above average by any means, but
he doesn't look out of place.
No,
which is
he's not winning you any Gold Gloves, but he's not causing you problems at second base.
I think his value is now a lot more because he can play an average second base versus being a first baseman with no power. Uh, if he can do this at second base, there's a lot of value in that.
To me,
So
right now, Spencer Horwitz is everything that all the Kevin Biggio fans thought Kevin Biggio could be. Like he sees the ball well.
Fuck you, because you're so right. And
I know. Well,
it.
he sees the ball well, but he knows when to swing the bat. He's not just watching pitches the entire time. Like he takes pitches that are close, but he's still, if it's close enough, he's going to take a hack at it. He has more power. And the only thing he doesn't really have the speed that Cav had, and I don't think he plays defense as well, but he's a better first baseman than Cav was ever going to be. I just think like
I'd go the opposite. I think Cav had more pop, and
you think?
Horwitz is a much better
Cav
contact
had
hitter.
more natural pop, but like the shoulder and like neck and back stuff in 2021 and 2022 kind of killed out that for Cav.
Well, it's also like you said, the swing decision thing. Like he took a lot of pitches that he probably could have done damage with. Like I think Cav probably had every day 20 home run pop.
Sure. If he swung,
maybe Horowitz does. Maybe they have around the
Spencer's
same amount
got
of pop.
3 bombs and 66 at bats right now.
I mean, with the way that he was, the way he fucking pimped that home run a couple days ago, you would have think this man is Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
That's the one that kind of made me feel like he has pop, because like
he's a lot more of a doubles and gap to gap kind of guy, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Yeah,
that's just been the philosophy, it feels like, for almost all of the draft picks that the Jays have made, or prospects. Like there's no like out and out home run hitter on like, which
I think that's what Orelvis was.
Orelvis was, but
what's the guy? Big Latin guy, is it Rainer
Nunez?
I think
Rainer Nunez.
Like he's a big pop guy.
I don't know how far out he is, but he was crushing home runs in spring training last year.
Rainer seems very far out.
Yeah,
single or double A, I think. There's that guy in low A that
someone found
tweeted about the other day that's got some pop, but is hitting $180.
Just want to put this out here. Spencer Horowitz has more home runs this year than Kevin Biggio.
Okay, we get it, Brent. We get it. He's bad.
Well, it's when I'm kind of going towards the more pop type of thing.
We get it. Well,
it's not great. He's only got one less double too, so I don't know. I don't want to bring down Cav, because I still like Cav. And Cav had a ceiling that was way higher than what Spencer's is ever going to be
on me.
But where I was trying to get with all this, you're gonna have Spencer again next year. You're gonna have Davis. Maybe Davis can bring it back. I assume Davis is going to bring it back around. You're looking at Varsho's still going to be here.
IKF probably still
IKF still going to be here. I don't know if that means as much.
Yeah,
but that kind of sucks, honestly, because I think you could have got a haul for him.
We'll talk about him in a minute, because I want to
maybe not a huge haul, but like you could have got some.
And then you still have Vlad. So that's a core of an offense without making any moves that is still there and still can contribute to an offense without George and Bo.
There's guys out there too, right? Like Soto's a free agent. They made a push for him in the trade market. He's not Shohei Ohtani. I don't think they're going to offer him the same amount of money they would have Shohei Ohtani. But like, I don't know. I don't know whether this matters at all or not, but the amount of talk about the Yankees re-signing Soto and the fact that they would have to pay him more than Judge, and people thinking that's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
It seems strange to me, because who cares?
They outright came out and said they have to do things differently going forward. Also, they can't afford it.
It would just make more sense that he would get more than Judge, because Judge got his deal when he was 31, 32.
Oh, yeah, he's younger. He's
It's
Soto's 6. It feels like 5 or 6 years younger than Judge. Like,
putting that in the Jays' perspective, if you were willing to give Bo and Vlad the money at one point where you thought you could give them both big contracts, what's stopping you from giving Soto and Vlad that kind of money? Where if you're bringing in, because I'm pretty sure Soto and Vlad are friends, but it's going to be more money, obviously. But if you go to Vlad next year and say, hey, we brought in Juan Soto for you, you want to take a little bit less and stay here with us? Do you not think that it's not like Vlad's hurting for money? The family wealth is pretty strong in the Guerrero family.
Yeah.
I think he'll be okay. So if you're
Genuinely
taking,
think he likes it here too.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
I think Bo liked when we were good. Bo just wants to
win.
play on a good team,
Yeah.
but it's the way he acts. Like,
Yeah.
Bo's pocket.
Bo wants to be on a good team. Vlad wants to create a good team. I think is kind of the difference there.
Bo's pocket also liked it a lot more when he was playing in Buffalo and Dunedin for his basically 2 of his first 3 years in the league.
And I think a lot of people bring up like, oh, they're friends, they want to stay together. I don't see them as close of friends as everyone makes them out to be. Like, I don't think the decision for Vlad is going to depend on what Bo's doing. I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Look at the, what was it, 21, 22 teams before we got rid of
everybody.
Lourdes and Teoscar and Santi, I guess. Because it was kind of the 3 of them and Vladdy down there.
Yeah.
In the barrio, they were calling it. They were the guys who seemed tight. Vlad and Bo came up through the entire system together. Obviously, they're going to be close because of that. Like, they're probably closer than any of the other guys in the team. But that doesn't mean you're friends with the guy. Like,
no, I don't think their relationship is
colleagues
determining their future as baseball players.
No.
I think even on this team, I think you're less likely for Vlad sticking if you're moving on from like a George Springer, because he seems super close with a George as opposed to Vlad or Bo. It's one of those things, like, I don't think that has anything to do with it. And I think it's funny when people bring up that argument. But I don't know. I still think there's a team here, even with like the moves you can make, even if you're moving on from a guy like Bo. I think there's still a core here that isn't going to take you 6-7 years to be good again.
No, if the Jays are still like bad by like 2026, 2027, then something has gone terrifyingly wrong in your processing.
So,
yeah.
Like, I think the biggest thing to look at is Rogers is a massive business. They've put so much money into the stadium. They can't afford to be bad.
No.
Yeah.
You've got guys who should be productive next year in a Relvis, Barger, Davis, Horowitz that are gonna be on rookie deals still. So you're saving money because probably 2 of those guys are gonna be everyday starters for you, I'm assuming, barring some major change. That I think they'll be willing to spend money elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like, Cooch is coming off the books, Danny's coming off the books, Barry, that's not big money.
Turner and KK is 23 million.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a chance you could maybe move that Gosman money too if you wanted to.
Or Bassett.
One of
the 2 of them.
Yeah. Like there's definitely money to be had, and you can shore that up with cheaper guys that I think are ready and waiting.
Well, just
right now,
go through the guys I just listed. You probably got $50 million because you got Gibby coming off. There's probably a good chance Chad Green gets traded with the way he's pitching.
What's his deal? It was 1 year. What
it was?
He accepted one of the options.
They agreed to, like, I think it's 2 or hold on. It was 2 or
3.
It's 2 or 3 right now.
I mean, you can get a bit for a guy doing what he's doing with 2 more years on the books.
Yeah, we talked about this in the group chat. Chad Green having a 1.4 is like the weirdest looking thing.
So strange.
It doesn't feel like a 1.4, but it
doesn't matter. Most teams are just going to look at that number. Like, obviously going to do the back end scouting, but if he's got a 1.4, he's been effective.
Getting it done.
Look at 2015 trade deadline. Who was our big relief acquisition?
What year?
2015.
LaTroy Hawkins.
Wasn't it?
LaTroy
came in the Tulo deal.
But it was fuck, I just forgot his name.
Was it Jason
Mark.
What was his name? Mark Lowe. Was it Mark Lowe?
Yeah, Mark Lowe.
I was gonna say Derek Lowe, and I'm like, it's not. That's
no, it was Mark Lowe.
Wasn't that
because he had an under 1 ERA and was gross, and then was just kind of meh with us.
Yeah. So Chad Green's got this year and next year at 10.5, which is like reasonable money.
Another name, it's gonna sound stupid off the hop based on his numbers for the year, but Genesis Cabrera could be an interesting piece if someone's looking for a bullpen arm right now.
I don't think I would.
I don't think I would either, but the stats have he's been a lot better than that stat line shows, like recently anyway. He's
been better lately. I was going to pull that up. That was the other guy I kind of wanted to talk about since the beginning of June again. He's got a 3.6 with He has his numbers are all
With
messed up. It only says he has 4
with what
strikeouts. It
we're
doesn't make
talking
sense.
about right now, like I think Yimmy's gone. Jordan won't be traded now because of this shit going on. But I think there's a good chance Chad Green's gone. You DFA'd Mesa. I hold on to Hennessy's, man. Like he's got nasty stuff. I think he could be like a 7th, 8th inning guy for you next year.
He's your best lefty you got right now. Like,
he's given up
unless
run.
you're getting a haul, but I'm not just trading him to trade him, I guess is more what I'm saying. If you're getting
I just think
return,
like the pieces are there, and like while he's hot, like he's given up 1 run in his last 10 appearances now, I think, if you include today. And it was the only time he did it was because he faced he went 2 innings. I think if you're gonna get a haul for a lefty reliever with 1 more year of control after this, I'd probably dangle it out there and see what you can get at least while he's kind of
1 more year left. I thought he had more control.
No, he's got he's ARB eligible next year, and then he's a UFA.
Okay.
So I mean,
I still like him as
I
more
love
of a
the
long-term
guy.
piece.
I think he's a lot of fun in the bullpen. I kind of like everything he does.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's scary as shit.
We can bring this up here and right now just because we're talking about him. God damn it! What people don't ruin Genesis Cabrera being a fucking fight, like wanting to fight somebody. Don't ruin that shit. Like,
that tweet didn't get the amount of support that person thought it was gonna get. I don't know.
Because
there was like 4 people that were like, "Yeah, screw this guy. This is not boxing." I'm like, "No, fuck that. Give me 8 relievers that want to put a ball through somebody's chest." Like,
great.
I want all of the smoke.
Great. Just go back to Kevin Cash's quote from 2020. I got horses in the bullpen to throw out.
Yeah, most of the best pitchers of all time are just absolute lunatics.
Yeah.
You don't want a guy that's like all wired correctly mentally. Having Cabrera is fun. I think it's nice to have out of the bullpen just to like put some guys on edge a little bit. Like guys are too comfortable coming into. You think they're scared of Zach Pop? I wouldn't be very scared of Zach Pop.
Jose Cuas.
Record setter Jose Cuas.
Like, if you get rid of Hennessy's, your lefty next year is Little.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah, it's Little and like
I know.
I can't even name a guy in the minors. Like,
yeah, it's ugly. I mean, the pen is bad. I genuinely think that if you would have done an overhaul of this bullpen a month ago, we're sitting which is 3 games back of a playoff.
Which one is very difficult to do in the like.
It's very hard. I didn't expect them to do it. They wouldn't have been able to do it.
It would have been tough to do too, because part of you has to be counting on Romano and Jimmy coming back pretty soon, and Swanee returning to form. That's an overhaul of your bullpen right there.
Yeah, I don't think Swanee's coming back to form, if I'm being honest. His minor league numbers have been worse than his major league numbers. I think they were banking on Tim Mesa coming back a little bit, and that never happened.
That's another one.
Yeah,
but I think the problem there is you had to throw him into more roles than just the lefty specialist that they found a way to use, and it became a problem.
He led the team in innings. Before he was traded, he led the team in innings. I get it. He hasn't been good. You can rag on him all you want, but it's not his fault he led the team in innings.
No.
That's not what you do with a guy.
I think Mesa was kind of sheltered a little bit the last 2 years, where it's like there's 2 lefties coming up. We're going to bring in Timmy. He's going to get these 2 outs and get us out of the inning, and then we're going to go to somebody else.
Because the importance of Eric Swanson was revealed so much more, because Eric Swanson would be the guy that, okay, we don't need to bring Tim in because Eric is so goddamn good against lefties.
When we were missing, when he just didn't show up,
when he's dealing,
and Richard,
when Swanson didn't show up, just couldn't pitch, we were missing him. We were down Jimmy. We were down Jordan. We were down Chad Green. It pushed Tim Mesa into a spot where Tim Mesa is probably your most reliable guy your most reliable guy left.
I think we were ever missing all 4 of them at once. I think
there was a small stretch, maybe.
No, I think Green came back before Jimmy got hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, Green was back for a couple of days.
Green was hurt the initial when Romano and Swanson weren't ready to go to spring. Right. But then he came back.
He was back? Okay.
Jimmy, I think we had all 4 of them at once, and then Swanson got sent down, Jimmy got hurt, Romano got hurt.
Yeah.
So either way, there's multiple points where 3 of them were missing. And you had to push Tim into your second most reliable spot, which there's no world where Tim Mesa was ever going to be your second best reliever on this team. or second most reliable reliever on this team.
2 years ago, I believe, before
Last year he had a sub 1.
Last year he had a sub 1, and the year before that he had like a 2.2.
2 years ago, though, he was your second best reliever. He was your setup man.
Yeah. It just didn't work that way this year. And it sucks. I mean, from all accounts, Tim Mesa is one of the nicer guys in that clubhouse, and everybody seems to love him. And it sucks that he's not even gone yet, I don't think.
No, he hasn't cleared or been traded yet.
Yeah, so he might not be gone, but it sucks to see him go as a teammate, but he doesn't have it anymore. And there's lots of guys you can say this about right now, including probably Nate Pearson. I hate to say it. Because there's times like the other day when Nate went 2 innings and dominated.
Well, because he was pumping 2-seamers out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's cool.
2-seamer or sinker, whatever the hell it is nasty.
Yeah.
He was like,
if he can do that, then fine. There's just like with him, it's similar to Tim Mesa. Like he'll just have one great outing. You're like, okay, no, it's there. And then he'll have 4 stinkers in a row. And you're just like, what the fuck do you do with this guy? And I feel like that's his whole bullpen. Like, I don't trust Zach Pop anytime he steps in the game. And then the odd time he'll go 3 up, 3 down, walk out of the inning like nothing happened.
I trust 2 people.
Who?
Chad Green and Trevor Richards.
I don't trust Trevor Richards.
And even then, it's like Trevor Richards is like
Trevor Richards is either going to strike out 5 or give up 2 home runs. And he might do both.
I will say Ross Atkins deserves a lot of blame with this team. I don't think this bullpen is his fault.
Not really.
Because your 4 best guys from last year, one of them got DFA'd. One of them
turned into pumpkins.
Is in the minors. The other one of them is your closer. He's probably not going to pitch probably for the rest of the year. And the other one
he's supposed to be coming back soon.
Supposed to be coming back soon. Like I think he's starting rehab.
There's honestly you could not have foreseen. You can foresee 1, maybe 2 of them,
4,
and then you've still got Chad Green, and you're kind of okay. You've got 3 guys, but you can't foresee 4 guys.
No,
I mean Jimmy's been good, but he's hurt. That you kind of can't. But like 3 guys basically being irrelevant.
Pumpkins. Yeah.
You can't foresee that. I blame them for this lineup. Because I think all off season we said they needed another bat.
Yeah, and they
IKF was a hell of a signing.
Yeah, they kept saying they were going to get 2 to 4 bats.
Turner's been great lately.
2,
and technically 3.
Who's it there?
They brought back KK.
Oh yeah,
dude.
In fairness, KK fell off KK's not even close to what he was last year too, so that didn't help.
Off a cliff. Like
they made out like gangbusters with the IKF. That was a hell of a signing.
Huge. Unbelievable. Yeah, he is second on the second qualified hitter on the team in OPS right now.
Because I have a thing that was like Brooksgate. They post a lot of shit, and this one is the most improved and least improved hitters from this year to last year, and it was all based on WRC plus.
Okay.
IKF has the 13th biggest improvement as far as WRC plus. Last year was an 82. He's a 117 this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like
the fact that you're getting a pretty significantly above average hitter right now. Out of IKF, who's hitting for power too. He was 1 shy, I think, of his career high in homers before he got hurt.
Yeah,
that's insane.
But in the same breath, just to shit on him even more, going from a 125 to a 74, having the 4th worst decrease, Bo Bichette.
I imagine there's got to be a couple more on that list too. No.
Number 1 is kind of it's Yandy Diaz. He went from a 164 to a 107. So
that's still fine.
Corbin Carroll went from a 133 to a 78.
Yeah, that's bad.
He was bad the second half of last year, though.
Carroll was?
Yeah.
Or Yandy.
Carroll wasn't great. Yeah.
Maybe not second half, but like at least last month or so.
Stretch.
Like he was in MVP talks this time last year. And
for sure.
Fell off.
Yeah.
No other Blue Jays on that list, though? I was expecting there to be at least one.
It's only IKF and Bo Bichette as far as the biggest drop-offs and climbers.
We did sort of bury the lead. Vlad Guerrero deserves a shout out because he has turned his season around and is starting.
Oh, we've been shouting out Vlad. Don't you worry.
Don't worry, buddy. Don't worry, buddy.
Yeah, but no, he's
starting. It's confirmed.
Getting the start now.
Also, Orioles fans being like, Mountcastle was robbed.
Oh,
no, you want to know who's
an absolute joke.
You want to know who was actually robbed? But not Josh Naylor.
Josh Naylor was way closer to Vlad than Ryan Mountcastle.
Hey, I said that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He still shouldn't have been the starter. Don't get me wrong, but he should be the backup. It should not be Ryan Mountcastle.
Ryan Mountcastle might not even make the All-Star game.
I don't think he should.
Like
they already have who I didn't look at the list. How many Orioles do they have right now?
2. They have
2?
Adley and Gunner.
And you're probably going to get an arm. I would imagine Burns is probably getting in.
Burns probably started.
Yeah. So the odds of Mountcastle being the next guy. Who'd you say was it?
Mountcastle and Adley.
No,
Mountcastle
Adley and Gunner.
Adley and Gunner.
Adley and Gunner.
Yeah.
I would say Santander's numbers are probably
breaking.
Yeah.
Like I don't, and I think there's better options at first than there are Mountcastle, who only puts up numbers against the Blue Jays and hadn't played the Blue Jays since the first numbers came out on All-Star voting. So yeah, before we get too far away from it, because you're talking about Ross not trying to blame Ross for the bullpen. I think he also brought in Yariel to be a bullpen piece this year. And I think
also true.
The expectation was that either Manoah was going to take the step and be that fifth starter, or you were going to see Ricky Tiedemann step up and be that guy.
And
then they both got hurt, and now you have to use Yariel as your
who, to his credit, best start of his career.
The other day, fantastic,
dude,
phenomenal.
Well, like you also it could have been Bowden as well. Like the way he pitched to end last year and the way he pitched in spring training. Like you had 3 other options ahead of him. I think the plan was always to start Yariel in the minors, and I think you saw him coming up as a long man out of the pen who maybe goes. He might be able to go 2 times through the order, maybe 3 innings at a time, and like.
That's
but he also could be. He also could be like. I think I said the Andrew Miller role from a couple of years ago, where you bring him up in the 5th inning if you need, or 6th inning, and face the meat of the order.
Yeah. No, I think that also puts a dent in that whole situation. Like their bullpen was set up to succeed if everything went right, or if most things went right.
Yeah, I was gonna say not even.
But unfortunately, nothing went right.
Well, this team was built for pitching and defense. And now we've abandoned defense. We're playing a first baseman at second. We're playing a second baseman in left field most days.
We're playing
at shortstop and right field half the time.
Yeah.
We've played our first baseman at third base. We are literally playing 3 guys from the minors in positions that they had never played before last year.
Yep. It's fantastic. We used Barger to pinch hit for Kevin Kiermaier in like the 8th inning today. And I thought that was the craziest thing of all time. That is so back-asswards on what it's supposed to be. Like, it blew my mind. We already talked about IKF, but
I want to talk about back on these guys for half a second. What is our farm system right now? I don't get it, because we've had success with later round draft picks and developing those guys, like the high floor, low ceiling. I'd say that's kind of what Barger, Davis, Horowitz all are.
Yeah.
Bernie taking him from Cleveland or Oakland. I don't know where he
was. Oakland got him. You're right.
Like we've had great success developing those guys, but why can we not develop our top picks?
In fairness, I think we've traded a bunch of them.
A lot of them. Now that I'm actually looking at it, I brought it up. Since 2017. There's 4 people still here. 2 of them are for the last 2 draft picks, Namala and Barriera.
Yeah.
Gunnar Hoagland
traded in the Chapman deal.
Austin Martin,
the Barrios deal.
Jordan Groshans,
the Bass deal.
The Bass deal, and then we have 2019 was Alex Manoah, and 2017 or 20 was Nate Pearson, and then there's also Logan Warmoth.
When was Woods Richardson? He wasn't the first?
No.
We didn't draft him. That was the Stroman.
That was the Mets. The Mets, we got
you're right. Sorry. Okay.
Him and K.
Right.
But that's an issue that out of all of our first round picks, be it with our team or not, one of those guys has been an impact player.
For 2 seasons.
Are we talking Manoah?
Manoah.
Yeah.
But at least he was an impact player.
Yes.
Other than that, no one else.
We've not developed anyone.
Martin's been okay with the Twins.
But we didn't do shit with him.
He
was not coming up for us anytime.
Woods Richardson's been good with the Twins.
But that's again not our draft.
Yeah.
I don't know what our draft philosophy is or what.
It's weird because we hit on the mid-level guys.
It's the amount of every year, and I've noticed
Hoagland was a mess. I don't even know if he's still with the A's. Groshans has been on like is in his fourth organization now.
He's with the
As a
Yankees.
cup
I
of
think.
coffee. No,
Like,
they just traded.
He just got
he got moved
They
to
traded
for
him
somebody
for
for JD Davis
JD
to
Davis.
Oakland, I
Oh
think.
my god, yeah.
They all end up in Oakland eventually.
Yeah.
No, but there's
Got
some
Oakland's still
issue
in it.
here, and I don't. The fact that we've developed these mid-level prospects
Mhm.
is good.
Mhm.
I think that means our player development can be strong,
Mhm.
but we're not developing the top end guys that are supposed to be good. Like Logan Warmouth was supposed to be good.
Jordan Groshans, like
Groshans, I remember, was it Conine? Well, he was a high-end second or late
Griffin
first
Conine?
pick.
Griffin Conine, yeah.
He was an outfielder. Like that
what's his
was
nuts that we traded that just came up the other day? Kloffenstein.
Yeah, from
he
Another
wasn't a
one
high
that
pick though, I don't believe.
no, but he was supposed to be a decent prospect and he just fell off the face of the earth.
He kind of came out of nowhere. But like even Ricky wasn't a top 3 round pick, I don't believe. Like
yeah,
he came into our system and added Velo.
Yeah.
So that's player development. That's not drafting.
No.
They
I don't
obviously
know.
saw something, but
yeah,
you're,
Ricky
like,
Ricky was 91st overall in the draft.
how I don't understand how we're missing so often, it seems like.
I don't know. I wish I had an answer to that because you're right. Like we don't hit on anything up there. I'm really hoping that Barriera and Namala become the two outliers here that show up
Barriera's-
and
I think
Barriera's
Namala
got
could be. I've
Barriera's
heard
hurt,
lots of
isn't
good
he?
things about him.
stays being hurt. Namala is
But
in
go
baseball, so.
Namala was
go
also hurt.
to Baltimore since 2017. Go through their
Yeah.
first round pick since 2017.
Yeah.
I bet you over half of them are in the majors right now.
If you go, it's funny if you look back through the last like 4 drafts, there's a lot of the teams that are like in our like scenario where you're kind of not winning everything, but you're somewhere near the up like lower mid of the draft that are hitting on everything. It just makes no sense. Like the 12 to 18 picks, like there seems to be at least 3 or 4 of those guys that end up in the majors every single year.
Yeah. Okay. To answer your or per your point, Nate, I just looked up the Orioles' first round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Of their last 9, there is currently 3 that aren't in the majors. One of them is Enrique Bradfield Jr., their 2023 pick. The other one is Jackson Holiday.
Bust.
And then we have to go back all the way to 2016 with Cody Sedlock, who's not in the majors. But let's see. 2015, Ryan Mountcastle. 2017, DL Hall. Granted, traded, but still, he's in the majors. You got your Corbin Burns. Grayson Rodriguez in 2018. Adley Rutschman 2019. Heston Kjerstad 2020. And Colton Cowser 2022. Or 2021.
I think we have made the right decision on moving on from the guys.
For sure.
I think we've gotten
And
good
the pieces
value for
that
them.
you've got
Like
back is like
Hoagland and
Kevin Smith.
Martin.
Yeah.
You said Kloffenstein. He was all traded with I can't remember his name.
Sam Roberts.
He also just came up. Who?
Roberts.
Sam Robert.
Was it Roberts?
It was the Dutch
I
dude,
don't
I'm pretty
remember.
sure. Roberts.
I don't even remember who Kloffenstein went for, if I'm being honest.
Kloffenstein went for Hicks.
It was the 2 of them for Hicks.
It was the 2 of them for Hicks.
Because they were both going to be out of options this year.
Right. Made sense.
Or no. No, they both had to be out of the 40-man this year.
Yeah, they both had to be on the 40-man.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Roberts. Who's the other guy I'm thinking?
I feel like he held up.
No, he was supposed to be up like 10. Zulueta.
Nope. It was Sam Roberts for Jordan. Jordan Hicks was the Sam Roberts. Zulueta got.
Was Zulueta Cabrera or was Zulueta Dion? Because Zulueta is with the Cardinals and in the majors right now.
They DFA'd Zulueta. They DFA'd Zulueta.
We did, yes.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah. To get him off the 40-man.
To get him off the 40-man.
Arjun Namala's numbers don't look pretty.
No.
I was really hoping for some hope here.
But he's also
a kid. He's a kid. You're right. His
rookie
ball numbers were fantastic. His single A ball numbers.
Yeah. He's 18. Like he's fine. Like if yeah.
Is this did they do the age difference? He's 3 years younger than the average age right now in A ball.
Yeah. So that'll do it.
We also haven't, other than a Relvis, when was the last international signing we actually hit on?
Leo Jimenez?
Probably Leo, but we've seen 2 at bats from Leo.
We've seen 2 at bats from Relvis.
That's a good one.
Kirk would be the one before that.
100 prospects.
Yeah, Kirk would be the one before that.
Yeah.
They're just not hitting on high-end draft picks or international signings, and it's very strange.
Yeah.
It's weird to be this bad for this many years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we haven't got one that made sense. Like, we don't have a legitimate first-round draft pick that showed up since Manoah.
Go back to 2016. That's when Atkins took over. Who was our 2016 first-round pick?
No, shit.
Because other than that, he's drafted Alek Manoah, who is an impact player.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the legendary. I started game 3 of the 2021 season because that's how bad our pitching staff was. TJ Soik. Like, yeah.
Fuck.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. I don't know how we got here.
Development.
But I'm with you. The only kind of the saving grace here is that we can develop the mid-level guys. So anyone we're going to be trading in for on any of these deadline deals,
so what
we could turn them into players.
So what you're saying is, don't go after the top 5 prospects in an organization. Just go for
we just turn them into pumpkins.
Go for like 15 to 20.
There's also,
yeah, that's kind of exactly.
I think you could get some value back though. Like, somebody was talking about it today. Like, Savali went for Manzardo, I think, who was a top 50 prospect, I believe,
last year. But yeah, and then this year, even we can bring it up quickly.
You're telling
yeah,
Brant, I know you don't want to trade Kikuchi, but you're telling me Kikuchi this year isn't the same as Savali last year. Savali's obviously younger, a bit more control, but like, you're telling me you couldn't get a guy like that?
You should be able to.
If
Cooch should have enough value to get you something decent back.
If Jimmy and Chad Green are still throwing anywhere near the way they are right now at the deadline, guys like that get you value.
I gotta be honest, I kind of hope Jimmy's not how he is right now. I'm kind of hoping he's a little bit more healthy.
No, I mean the way he's been pitching.
If he comes back and he's throwing the way he was, yes.
Even if he's a little worse than what he was, like, yeah, he goes from a 0.5 ERA to like a 1.5 or 2 even. Like,
yeah, you can take that.
Yeah.
There's value to be had in, like, as bad as we've been, there's value to be had in any of the moves that we're gonna make.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing. Bring in value. You need to, if you're trading away big pieces, you need to hit on that value. I don't know if Bo gets traded this deadline. I don't know if Vlad does.
I'm 60-40. But I'm like 55-45. Bo stays. I'm like 75-25. Vladdy stays. So
I think Bo is an off-season move. I just don't see them trading Vlad. It doesn't make sense. You need, even for next season, you need to bring people to the games. If you're not running out anybody after spending hundreds of millions of dollars on fixing your stadium, that's a bad business move. If
your best player next year is actually, as sad as it sounds, is actually George Springer.
Is it? Like, if the best hitter on the team next year might be Spencer Horwitz.
Yeah, you can't have that.
It could be IKF.
Like, it could be.
That's not gonna. You can't do that.
There's a way you get rid of Bo's. It's like 11 or 12 a year, I think, right? Probably.
Yeah,
and
it's 11.
Around the same next year, maybe more next year because this is last year.
Yeah,
I don't know how it was broken down, but like, you could be getting rid of $60 to $70 million between him, KK, Turner, Danny, Chad Green, Yimmy, anyone else I'm forgetting? But like, just that could be about $60 million.
Yeah,
you can do a lot with $60 million.
Yeah.
And if you plug in even the guys we have right now in the system, I don't know, give some guys some run too. See what Zach Pop can be in leverage. See what Nate can be in leverage.
Well,
see what you have in this Quas and the guy we got from Texas with no nose.
I am sending Jose Quas to the fucking moon right now. That guy stinks.
Jerry, we can bring it up quickly.
It's got to be Jerry, right?
Jerry, same thing. But Nate, I love how Nate messaged me. He's like, Connor, what do you know on him? And I was like, let me
tell you.
Let me do the Googles. And I was just like, dude, his best season was like in 2018 when he had like a 3 ERA in Able. Like,
okay, great.
Like,
was he the one we DFA'd Meza for, or was that Quas?
That was Quas.
That was Quas.
Can we get Meza back over Quas?
I would happily take Meza back over Quas.
Dude, Jose Quas, man.
He set a fucking major league record that's been held since 1901.
I'm sorry, wait, what was the record?
He hit 2 batters in 3 pitches.
Walked. They called it 3 walks. They had 3 walks on 2 pitches because he intentionally walked a guy. Or on 3 pitches. Sorry.
And then he
intentionally walked a guy, hit a batter, gave up a first pitch single, and then hit the next guy. That was it.
His first pitch single was first. It was first pitch single, 2 hit batters, I think.
Was it? I think I read it. Oh no, you might be right.
Or no, that wouldn't have made sense because then they wouldn't have intentionally walked the next guy.
He intentionally walked the first one because it was Yordong, and then loaded the bases. Then he hit a guy. Then he singled. Then he hit a guy.
Jesus. He threw 3 pitches to 4 batters, 2 hit by pitches. No, I think he hit the guys he hit were back-to-back pitches, wasn't that?
Either way, it was 4 batters, 2 hit by pitches, 1 intentionally walk, and a single. 3 pitches.
Oh boy, like
record setting.
I don't know. I was busy figuring out how to get my shoulder back into place at that point. I think
noise
terrible, man. Bo Bichette's making 17.5 next year. So you know
20, that's rounded up to 20. You get rid of Kiermaier's money, Turner's money.
That's the money right there.
That's 40.
Well, let's be real here too. They were budgeting
another 13.
Post that, they were absolutely budgeting probably $22 to $25 million for Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at whatever that was.
Plus the additional, at least 27, 28 for Vlad, you'd say? Maybe 30, just to give it.
They'd say 30.
There's impact players to be had next offseason. I don't know who all, but also, I don't love him at all. But Alex Bregman's out there.
I don't love it. But
I know you guys don't like Alex Bregman, but if he's there, have a word with him. Like, just talk to him.
I forget who else is on the top.
Way more intrigued with Tyler O'Neill than I am Alex Bregman.
There's obviously Alex Bregman. Teoscar's a free agent again. Cody Bellinger.
That's not going to happen.
There's options. There's a bunch of guys that have like team options and shit, like Jock Peterson.
If Teoscar Hernandez wants to come back for like 18 a year for 2 years,
he won't.
I mean, he's making
18 this year.
There's one other interesting starter who could opt out this year.
Garrett Cole.
Yep.
Oh God. He's a fool.
They want to make money. They said they're not spending as much money. If Garrett Cole opts out, I don't know if that's where our issue is, though. For being honest,
no, I'm not saying us, but I'm saying the Yankees have an interesting offseason ahead of them. Soto, Cole, they've got a lot of money tied up in Cole, Rodon, and Judge right now. Plus DJ, Rizzo, Stanton.
Yeah. Also on the list of free agents is Juan Soto, obviously. Paul Goldschmidt. Pete Alonso, Alex Bregman, Anthony Rizzo. He's got a club option, but Michael Conforto, Matt Chapman has an opt-out. Rhys Hoskins has an opt-out. Josh Bell. Marcelo Zuna has a club option. I would imagine they'd take that.
They don't.
Probably.
He's wild.
Nobody else is standing out. Mitch Haniger is a player option. Yohan Moncada, player.
There's less than I thought.
Club option, sorry. Not much, but it's top heavy. I fucking can't. I'm trying. I know Tyler O'Neill too, and I think that's the one that intrigues me the
O'Neill.
most.
Do you guys think it's more top heavy this year or last year coming in free agency? Because last year was.
If you take Shohei out of the picture, last year that was the top.
Because after Shohei, it was Yamo, Snell.
There was
Bellinger, Matt Chapman.
There was 3 very clear tiers. It was Shohei on his own, Bellinger, Reese, Yamamoto,
Snell.
There was Snell,
and Montgomery,
and you could put Montgomery at the bottom of that one, and then it was just everybody else.
And it was Soler, Med Rosario, Tim Anderson,
a bunch of.
I think this one's pretty similar.
Yeah,
because you got Soto,
you got
JD
Soto.
again,
and then
did we say Santander? Sorry, I don't.
No, we didn't.
Santander's another one. That looked like it felt
good. They just did something.
He just re-separated the shoulder. It's a tough podcast.
It's good. It's in place, but we're good.
Nate's a big boy. He got this.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think with the way Tyler O'Neill's
I don't
playing
think
this year.
Santander comes back. I don't think they can afford him, and I don't think they
Also,
need him.
I was gonna
That
say
would be a great fit, I think. Switch hitting.
Mm-hmm.
He slides right into your four stick.
Christian Walker, maybe there's something there.
Again, first baseman though.
Yeah. Well, we'll just put him at third or something. We don't need to play guys where they're supposed to play. We've already established that one. I don't know. Main issue is bullpen, and there's not much out there for that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a tough one. Walker Buehler.
Okay.
Travis d'Arnaud.
You can kind of click on pen pieces. It doesn't take much. Sometimes, like honestly, Jimmy wasn't much when he got here.
Yeah.
Swanee was okay, but he wasn't pitching leverage. Like
even
Jordan came out of nowhere.
With what we have in the minors right now between it's Connor Cook, right?
Yeah, Connor
Cook, Mason Fleury, Hayden Younger,
who was the guy who
came up and
got like one inning?
Hagen Danner.
The other guy, that just came up and threw a shutout inning, and
that's what I'm saying. That guy.
Brandon Iser, there's arms down there that I think even this year, if you brought them up, they could be arms. I think between Cook and Dallas, there's a decent ceiling on both of them. It'd be interesting to see. I don't think any of them are going to have a place on this team as a starting pitcher. So if you transition them into like middle relief use, they're not going to love it, but you're usable in the bullpen.
I want to see them trade Chad Green, Yimi Garcia, put Nate Pearson and Zach Pop at the back end of your bullpen in leverage and let them you have to. Like, who cares if you're trading them? Who cares for the rest of the year?
I know.
See what they can do.
Yeah. You're right, but I would also just rather see Zach Pop at the back of the moon, let alone the back of the pen. It's just
that shit's nasty. Same with Pearson, man. Like,
yeah, I see the potential in Nate Pearson. I don't see the potential in Zach Pop
or any of these guys who just like were nothing for the longest time, and it just clicks at one point, and they're insane.
Nate Pearson's what, 28 years old?
Yoel Payamps.
27 years old?
Oh, fact, Yoel Payamps decided to become a dog in like Milwaukee.
Yeah. Wasn't there was more, there's a couple more that were recent relievers that just showed up.
Trent Thornton's been good.
Trent Thornton leads the Mariners in innings pitched.
Julian Merriweather had a great
season. Hendricks after getting out of here.
Yeah.
Well, he was good here though.
Merriweather
got way better out of here.
Yeah, Merriweather was good with the Cubs last year. Like Taylor Saucedo, even like.
No, like that's what I'm saying.
Young saucy
you got to give some of these guys some.
Yeah.
The other thing that can be said, just get velo and swing and miss. Go Tampa's rig. Who cares? Bring up guys who throw hard. Draft guys who throw hard or throw weird or have one pitch and just spin the absolute shit out of the ball and just make it work.
I think if we're going to continue to be bad for at least a year or two, you can have some fun with Nate Pearson and just keep giving him different pitches to try until something works. He's 27.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're looking at like a 33-year-old man here.
I don't think Rogers can afford to be bad next year. I think
Oh,
they're probably shitting their pants right now for this one. And
yeah, I don't know. Let's just pretend for a couple days that this two-seamer that Nate Pearson has is going to turn him into a legitimate back end of the bullpen guy. And then you just build off that. I don't know. It's the best I got for you. Do we have anything else on this list that we didn't talk about? Jordan Romano's elbow's pooched.
Yes, he's done.
He might not be back this year. He said it's possible that he could, but it's probably not likely.
Yeah.
Talk about IKF. He's probably done until
mid-August.
He's week to week.
He said early to mid-August was the hope. So
I'm glad it's not worse. I'm going to miss that guy.
Yeah.
He was fun. Insane that he's second on the team in OPS. I didn't really.
I saw a thing the other day, and I thought I sent it to you, Brent, but I guess I did. It had the team is broken down by number of players over a 700 OPS.
Okay.
I think it started at 6. That was the most any team had.
Qualified OPS.
Qualified. We have 4, I believe.
Wait, over a 6?
7.
Over a 7. There's no way we have 4.
It's IKF.
Vladdy, Turner,
and Turner.
I want to say Davis.
Davis is like 727 or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say Davis is hanging on that.
They're still over there. Yeah. So we have 4. Seattle Mariners are winning their division.
And they have one.
Nope.
I don't think they have any. They stink.
They have none.
They barely have guys with 10 homers, I think.
Oh, well, hold on. I think they have a couple.
Could be wrong. I think they only have like 2.
The Mariners have two guys on.
They have no qualified hitters over a 700 OPS.
Yeah, well, because
their best player has been ass.
Well, yeah, and they also who they brought in as one of their bigger bats, Mitch Garver, has been
ass.
Terrible.
Yeah, they have 2 guys with 10 homers.
Yeah,
it's Mitch Garver and Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, and they have 2 guys on the biggest fall off by WRC plus. Julio is the 7th largest from a 126 to an 82. And JP Crawford is the 9th largest, going from a 134 to a 96.
JP Crawford isn't that.
He's not a 134, but he's also not a 96. Yeah. Like a 105, 110, maybe.
I'm not the biggest proponent to average here, but there are 2 leaders in homers. Obviously, Raleigh and Garver, 15 and 10.
200.
Yeah, Raleigh is hitting 199 and Garver's hitting 174.
I think average matters in some sense.
I think it kind of matters here a little bit.
I think you have to be at least a 200 you got to be at least a 225, 230 hitter.
Yeah.
To bring value. Mm-hmm. If all you're doing is just smacking home runs to get your OPS there and walking, that's helpful. But I don't know. In my mind, you got to hit 225, 230.
Neither of them are even getting it on base at a 300 clip.
And then I think when you get over 300, that's where you're dealing with something special.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting wise, that's impressive.
Yeah. That's bad, man. Jesus Christ.
Who are the 2 players Brant wants to talk about?
It was just Davis and Hennessis. That was the only 2. I brought him kind of
in. Yeah, I think we're just quick shout out Leon Jimenez. Please don't pull in a Relvis and get suspended.
He played today, so let's keep an eye out tomorrow to see if you visited any
fertility clinics.
Fertility clinics, thank you.
Yeah. And moving on to a quick Sox watch.
Oh God.
And it's updated. I actually did it during the pod. Yeah, Sox are still 5 games back of any semblance. And they've also
so they haven't gotten worse?
They haven't gotten worse.
Connor projected them to be ahead of the Guardians. Guardians are going to win the division and get the #1 pick.
That was more
so they could conceivably have Condon or Bazana or what the fuck's the other guy? Caglione in the majors for this run if they really
okay. All right. See, that was more just a funny haha hope, but according to Bob Nightingale, the White Sox do intend to trade Garrett Crochet.
Sure.
But let's be honest here, with what probably the White Sox want from this deal, I don't know if teams value Garrett Crochet that highly enough.
No.
It's
one season of success right now.
But it's also dominant success.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah,
but hey, Connor, what's his highest innings pitched in a season ever?
Oh, he's already there.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay. His highest before this year was 55, I think. In his life. So
yeah,
I see that being an off-season deal unless they get really desperate.
I'm more intrigued by the guy they have in outfield there.
I think Crochet's a 65-35 he leaves. I'm a 40% that Robert leaves.
Crochet's more likely than Robert.
I do. Just based on the year.
I think so too. I think they're just trying harder to get rid of him.
I think on the package. Because the White Sox want the Soto to the Padres package.
They're not getting that. They're saying that. What you're not going to say, hey, I want
granted, Soto
got traded. Who's another?
Max
I want a Starling Marte package.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, Soto much better than Robert. Robert has I think literally a year more than when Soto was dealt, which is 2.5. You get 3 playoff runs with Luis Robert for his free agent.
I have a question, not really a question, but a statement. We have a guy on our team that wants to be traded. We have some prospects.
Hey, man!
Can we maybe figure something out there?
Is there 3-team trades? There are 3-team trades in baseball.
There is, but I mean,
just send Bo Bichette
if you're
to the Dodgers
packaging
and, like,
Bo with some of these top level prospects that we keep turning into pumpkins, is there anything there? I'm kind of here for it.
You have to do a 3-team.
Sure.
You'd have to do 3-team because I don't think you're sending Bo Bichette to the White Sox.
But they can just hold on to him for fucking 3 months and then trade him in the offseason. Get value for him.
Yeah.
I also just want to send him to the White Sox because fuck you. Not you, him. Like, you want to be a bitch here. You're getting traded. Go to the White Sox.
Honest,
have fun.
Does Bo Bichette even start at shortstop for the White Sox?
Who's their shortstop? Paul DeYoung? No.
Paul DeYoung.
No. They have to move him to second because Paul DeYoung's better.
Paul DeYoung's like a 106 WRC plus right now.
Yeah.
If I'm the White Sox, like they're in a much different state than the Jays. I am trading everyone. Like you're
Paul
not a
DeYoung.
watchable.
Oh yes,
but you're not a watchable team right now with Robert with Crochet. Like you are not watchable. You're not getting fans.
Yeah,
you're gonna get that base amount of fans no matter what. Bring up some prospects next year. Play them. Try and turn things around. There is no sense holding on to Robert and decreasing his value.
There's 3 guys that, regardless of like the package that they get for him, they're gone. Eric Fetty's gone. Tommy Pham's gone, and Paul DeYoung's gone. And that's like, and again, obviously Robert is a person you can get rid of. Like
if Yohan Moncada was healthy right now, I think he'd be gone too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like because he has a $20 million club option.
He's a major league player.
I think Luis Robert is going to be traded more than Garrett Crochet. I think Crochet is a huge wild card with the innings, the fact that he's never done this before. But Luis Robert, you know what you're getting. And we mentioned at the start, there are 3 teams that need an outfielder right now, and he is the guy.
Yeah. And there's already reports.
He's going to look really good Roman center field in Philadelphia on the way to their World Series.
Jeez. Oh my God, of course
it's crazy when they get him and Springer. That's wild. Yeah.
All right.
It is what it is. Where else?
In water is wet news. Royce Lewis is injured again.
Did he?
Yeah. It was a right adductor.
Him in fantasy is such a fucking roller coaster.
It's such a drug high, and then just the come down is, oh boy.
The guy's got the pace to be like the greatest major leaguer of all time.
Dude, he played in like, I think someone put it this day. He played in like his 70th game in his career, and his like if 162 game pace was like 65 home runs, and I'm just like,
it's nuts, man.
Brother,
like just stay healthy. Maybe that's why he doesn't stay healthy though.
That's the crazy. Minnesota has like 2 of the most ridiculous. Just get health. If you're healthy, you're a dumb team.
Yeah, this fucking guy has 10 homers and 89 at bats this year.
He's 26 hits and 10 of them are home runs. He's slugging 60. He's almost slugging 700.
The 162 game average is 47 homers, 129 RBIs, 303, 361, 584.
An MVP?
That's
MVP numbers, man.
159 OPS plus. 5 doubles, 10 homers in his 26 hits?
26 hits.
He's got 11 singles. He's almost got the same amount of home runs that he has singles this year.
He's played how many games? How many games has he played this year?
24.
He has a 1.3 B WAR. 24
home run almost every other game.
Yeah. It was
stupid. That's a shame, man. Honestly, is what it is.
In kind of wild news, also the Phillies put both Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper on the IL, basically the same day. Harper was a hammy, and Schwarber was a groin. So, damn Philly.
I want to touch on Harper quick. I think that the talk about MVP and how much better Shohei's been this year than him, very valid. But I think the emphasis on value that Harper has brought to the Phillies by learning to play an above average first base so that they can have Castellanos and Schwarber in the lineup every day, because otherwise Bryce Harper would have to be in center field probably. Yeah, unless you're putting Marsh there, I guess.
Yeah.
But like that is pretty valuable, that team. I know that's not what the award's based on, but I think it's like cool when you
Well,
see
it is
guys
called the
do that, and it
valuable.
makes so much sense.
Yeah. Is it? I mean, I don't want to say anything, but is it really that far apart in their hitting value this year between him and Bryce, or him and Shohei? Sorry.
I think so.
Bryce Harper. Like, I know Shohei's numbers are kind of crazy, but like, they're just.
Bryce has also been hurt twice now, I believe.
Yeah.
He's played 8 games less. It's pretty.
Shohei has a 193 OPS plus.
He's got 7 more homers than him.
Jesus.
I'll give Harper those 8 games. He's probably got 7 now, maybe. Probably not.
If he goes on a run, I guess. Shohei's hitting 319, Bryce hitting 303. Shohei's got a 401 on base. Bryce got 399. 642 slug for Shohei, 582 for Bryce, 1.042 for Shohei, 981 for Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
Very crazy. But Bryce is also playing defense.
Also, Shohei's been ironically carrying the Dodgers recently. Like, he's
In
Really
fairness,
ironic. They don't
Shohei-
have Monsieur Mookie.
yeah,
Shohei should be doing this. Like, you're playing half of what you were before. I know his elbow's messed up, but like, you don't need it to hit.
the two best hitters.
Like
in
Bryce
the
already
National-
proved that.
I was gonna say the two best hitters in the National League are guys that like
They
have
both don't have a UCL.
right or fucked up elbows.
It's just kind of half of his game now. It's like it's a little easier for him. He's basically taking half the season off. Kind of cool.
All right. So Jordan Montgomery, who has not been good in Arizona, right knee inflammation on the IL. And lastly, we got a Mike Trout update, who apparently he's aiming to be back by the end of this month. So,
Oh yeah. Last I heard, he was not doing well.
yeah.
So that's nice.
Well, dude, we get to see the legendary outfield of Angels Kevin Pillar and Mike Trout.
Yikes. How do you bench Kevin Pillar for Mike Trout at this point?
I know, man.
I don't know if you can.
All right, yeah. Now
The point where Mike Trout is just a DH.
Yeah,
we should be.
Save the goddamn guy's career, man. Like, keep him in the game.
I think it might, or move him to a corner.
Yeah.
We already touched on the All Stars, right?
Kind of, not really. I mean, we brought up just Vlad, but anybody that you like kind of surprised starting?
Jarren Duran not being there. I don't know who the 3 starters are, but Jarren Duran's been fucking nuts.
It's the fact that Jarren Duran wasn't even top 10 in voting. He was like 16th in All-Star.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Voting. He wasn't a top 4 guy when that whole first round kind of was in its heyday.
Yeah.
He had 10 triples already.
Yeah, I know, but
his numbers were nuts.
Judges hitting the shit out of everything. Juan Soto's incredible, and Steven Kwan was flirting with 400.
Now
not so much.
360.
And then when Kyle Tucker was healthy, his numbers also trumped Duran. So it's kind of like those were the 4 guys that I could see being above him. Then I don't know how he didn't sneak into the 5th spot. I think whoever 5 was definitely a popularity thing.
5 was it Santander?
I
think so. What's up?
So I'm looking at the graphic that you guys have in here. So there's a bunch of categories across top here. You got position, player, team, stats, career selections, and career elections. What in the fuck is the difference between a career selection and an election?
Fan vote?
I'm gonna
be the election, I guess.
Okay, the election is definitely.
So you're telling me Juan Soto's never started an All-Star game?
Okay.
Because Juan Soto has 1 career election.
Maybe.
But 4 career selections.
That is crazy.
I don't.
Jordan has never started.
Not necessarily that it hasn't started because he can get put in as an injury replacement and stuff.
In fairness to Jordan, the Shohei exists.
That's fair. But what the fuck is an election? What is the
election? Is the fan vote? Like you start because of fan vote. Like because Vlad has 3 career starts and 4.
Vlad didn't get the fan vote last year.
Yeah,
and I think that was the only time.
So don't word it so stupid. Is my
Mark Feinsand.
Yeah, that's
be
fair.
Better.
You're right.
Better.
Do gooder.
Congratulations to first-time All-Star Jurickson Profar. Like in his basically 20th season in MLB. What feels like.
Do you know how much money he's making this year?
Making league min.
He signed $1 million deal.
Jesus.
I don't know what the incentives were, but $1 million deal. I don't know
Tatis
much else to say
really
on that.
beat
The
out
jerseys
Teoscar.
fucking suck.
Oh, that's the AL ones. We haven't even seen the NL ones.
No, yeah, you
Yeah,
have.
we have.
Have we?
You didn't see it?
The NL
I
jersey?
I
didn't say it, but
I know
yeah, they
the-
have both. Honestly, I like the NL one better than the AL one,
Okay,
which
well,
is crazy because I hate the NL hat.
I don't remember what that looks like. I don't even care.
oh no,
I hate both.
no,
I hate it all, but the black
that's
with the blue shoulders is cool.
Okay, somebody post it in here because Googling with one hand is almost impossible.
I got you. Hold on. Here you go, Nate. Put it under the AL one. It's not great either way.
Where's the All-Star game?
Texas?
I don't know what this has to do with Texas.
So why are they wearing Miami Marlins jerseys?
Real talk. This looks kind of like someone is if you told me this All-Star game was in Miami, I'd be like, okay. Like, no.
See, I saw a picture of these like as actual jerseys, and they look nice. They don't look as nice here.
Yeah.
That logo's
Can we
dumb.
can we just go back to players wearing their actual jerseys and wearing these stupid ones for the home run derby the way they used to do?
Did they ever do that?
I think yeah, they did.
That's the way they did it beforehand.
Yeah, they wore them in the derby, but they didn't wear them in the game.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I don't know, man.
I feel like
Or at least do better. Like at least use the team's color scheme in a way that makes sense.
I think
This isn't even the Rangers color scheme.
Of
Well,
like
it's red and blue.
Kinda.
But
You know
like go back to San Diego. Do you remember San Diego ones? They used the old colors,
the gold and brown.
They didn't look great, but
they
cool with
made
the
sense.
color scheme.
Yeah,
I think
even the
too,
Mariners made sense.
I think what was like 2021 the first year that they used the jerseys in the game? Because I feel like it was.
I have if we have anyone still listening to this podcast at this point, and you have bought a All-Star game jersey recently, can you please DM myself or the podcast or one of us and explain why?
Because I
think because I don't get it.
Of the
The
last 4
Manoah
years
year where he was good, that one was cool.
The white ones. The white ones were good. The gray ones are bad.
No, the gray ones are cool too.
That was LA.
Was that LA?
I don't know what those look like.
2022.
It was white and gold for the NL, and the AL was gray and gold. But yeah, like that was their best ones. And then last year the ones in Seattle, terrible. Like I did like the ones in Colorado where it was like the all blue for the
These
AL.
Just make no sense.
Yeah, they're not good.
Those are the ones.
Yeah, these are good ones.
I like those.
Those are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also have new derby.
There's worse.
Yeah.
Guys,
I'm on board with this.
Yes. It's the kind of small changes that I don't mind. Like
what are we?
I'm on board with I think all of it. Like the fact that you can't just coast in your first round if the other guy sucks is cool. Like you're seeded 1 to 8 and you have to finish in top 4.
And then you get seeded.
Is it 40 pitches?
40 for the first round.
That part's interesting.
It's 40 pitches.
That's a lot of swings.
It's 40 pitches or 3 minutes. Is what
I know, but that's a lot of swings. But that also means your pitcher's got to be dialed in. You get who was the guy out there throwing sinkers a couple of years ago? That buddy was Pete Alonso in one year he won.
Pete Alonso's guy was just everything in the same spot. Like
I forget who the guy was, and he was throwing like sinkers, and the guy was like nothing.
I think it was Adolis Garcia last year. Guy was throwing sinkers. Like, but yeah, I like it, and we have only one confirmed participant right now, Gunnar Henderson. So,
really,
didn't somebody else say they were going to do it?
Shohei said no.
Shohei said no, and then people got.
So did Judge and Vladdy.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 2. Come on, Pete Alonso's doing the Derby.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I don't love the tiebreaker on the Derby rules. It doesn't have that on
distance.
that graphic. Yeah,
it's the distance.
I don't love that.
I haven't looked at this graphic. Well, what is you get extra bonus?
So you get 3 bonus outs. So your 3 minutes run out, and then you get essentially 3 balls put in play. It's either going to be a homer or an out. And then if you hit a 425-foot homer
you get a fourth one.
in the bonus period,
you get a fourth one.
Not in the
That's
original
stupid.
thing. So if
That's
you hit
stupid.
one of those
Just-
425 feet, you get a fourth ball.
Which in Texas, I feel like it wouldn't be terribly hard to hit 425, but
Yeah, it's just.
I also saw a graphic farthest home runs hit at any parks this year, and I think Texas is one of the lowest.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Like,
the rules. I don't think you
lowest
needed
distance.
to change the rules.
You didn't need to change them from 10 outs.
I think you did. I fucking hated that.
That one was stupid. It took forever. This one time,
This is way better.
I think it also means like it makes it a more level playing field because you had the guys who would wait till the ball landed. Like you remember that Vlad's first year, and there was the whole ordeal where Vlad was waiting till the ball landed, and whoever he was facing did or something.
Yeah.
And people were bitching about that. Now you got 40 pitches. If you don't get through 40 pitches in your time frame, you don't get through 40 pitches. If you get through 40 pitches in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you should have taken more time.
To your credit, you were correct. The Globe Life Field has the shortest the longest distance hit is the shortest in baseball this year. 435. Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. That's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it, right?
I mean, Aaron Savali, we can't be goofy. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it.
They're gonna Tampa.
We're good.
I don't think I'm gonna say anything different in this outro than I've said in the last month.
If you're gonna be bad, just be fun bad, please.
Yeah, at least we're getting games with runs. If there's a small victory, we can take away from this.
Win 16-0 and lose 16-0, please, and have baseball games that are actually enjoyable to watch, because winning 16-0 is boring as shit too.
Yeah. That Yankee series was just none of them were good games.
No.
We shit kicked them in game 1. They shit kicked us in game 2. We shit kicked them in game 3, and they shit kicked us in game 4.
Okay, actually, there was like 2 good games in this Astros series.
Today's was okay.
Today, and then the 7-6.
Yeah. I don't know. It sucks.
Happy 4th of July to anyone listening.
We'll see you next week. Cheers.